She will never tell you this, but the moment you stopped chasing, something changed inside her. The moment you pulled back, she felt it. That shift, that absence. And suddenly you became interesting again. You have been taught lies about attraction. You have been told that kindness wins, that consistency builds desire, that showing your feelings creates connection. But you know the truth now. You have lived it. You gave her everything and she gave you nothing. You opened your heart and she walked away. You were always available and she lost interest. This is not about manipulation. This is about understanding reality. Female attraction does not operate on logic. It operates on emotion, on uncertainty, on challenge. And the 7 psychological triggers you are about to learn will change everything you thought you knew about women. You sit there at night wondering what you did wrong. You replay every conversation, every text message, every moment where you thought you were building something real. She seemed interested at first. She laughed at your jokes. She responded to your messages. She said she liked spending time with you. And then it all changed. The texts got shorter. The excuses got more frequent. The warmth disappeared. You tried harder. You became more available. You showed more interest. And she pulled further away. This pattern has repeated itself in your life more times than you want to admit. Different women. Same result. You invest. They withdraw. You chase. They run. You look around and see other men who seem to have no trouble with women. Men who treat women with less care than you do. Men who are less available, less attentive, less emotionally invested, and women obsess over them. This makes no sense to you, but it makes perfect sense to female psychology. Here is what nobody tells you. Attraction is not built on comfort. It is built on tension, on uncertainty, on the feeling that something valuable might slip away. When you make yourself completely available, you remove all tension. When you show all your cards, you remove all mystery. When you invest everything up front, you remove all challenge. Marcus Aurelius understood this principle 2,000 years ago when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The moment you realize that her interest level is outside your direct control, you find your power. Because your power was never in convincing her. Your power is in becoming the kind of man she cannot ignore. There was this guy who spent 2 years in a relationship giving everything he had. His time, his energy, his emotional investment. He planned dates. He sent good morning texts. He was always there when she needed support. He thought this was what love looked like. He thought this was what building a future meant. Then one day she told him she was not feeling it anymore. No explanation that made sense. No warning signs he could identify. Just a sudden withdrawal of all affection. He spent weeks spiraling, analyzing every moment, trying to figure out what he did wrong. He reached out. She was cold. He tried to talk. She was distant. He poured his heart out. She was unmoved. Then something shifted. He stopped trying. Not because he had a strategy, but because he was exhausted. He stopped texting. He stopped reaching out. He started focusing on himself. He hit the gym harder. He reconnected with old friends. He threw himself into work projects. He essentially forgot about her. 3 weeks later, she texted him, a casual message asking how he was doing. He responded briefly and went back to his life. She texted again 2 days later. He responded even more briefly. Within a month, she was asking to see him, telling him she made a mistake, saying she missed what they had. Nothing about him changed except one thing. He stopped chasing. And that changed everything. This is not a unique story. This pattern repeats itself constantly because it taps into fundamental female psychology. Women are biologically wired to be attracted to men who have options, to men who have purpose beyond them, to men who will not abandon their mission for female attention. This is not shallow. This is survival instinct. For thousands of years, women needed men who could provide and protect. Men who were weak or desperate could not do that. So female attraction evolved to screen for strength and independence. The first trick is strategic silence. Most men talk too much. They text too often. They fill every silence with words. They think constant communication builds connection. It does not. It builds familiarity, and familiarity without challenge kills attraction. When you go silent, her mind starts working. She wonders what you are doing, who you are with, why you are not reaching out. This creates psychological tension. This tension generates interest. Women are drawn to what they cannot fully predict or control. When you are always available, always responsive, always there, you become predictable. Predictable is boring. Boring kills desire. Strategic silence does not mean ignoring her completely. It means being selective with your attention. It means not responding immediately to every text. It means having a life so full that she has to wait for your time. It means creating space where her imagination can work in your favor. Think about the last time you really wanted something. The desire was strongest when you could not have it immediately, when you had to wait, when there was uncertainty about whether you would get it. The moment it became guaranteed, the intensity dropped. Female attraction works the same way. The moment you become guaranteed, the attraction fades. The second trick is emotional unavailability as strength. This sounds counterintuitive. You have been told that emotional openness creates intimacy, that vulnerability builds connection. And yes, eventually that is true, but not at the beginning. Not when attraction is being built. In the early stages, being too emotionally available signals low value. It signals that you do not have other options, that you are not selective, that you are willing to invest everything in someone you barely know. High-value men do not do this. High-value men are selective with their emotional investment because their emotions are valuable. This does not mean being cold or cruel. It means being discerning. It means not pouring your heart out to someone who has not earned that level of access. It means maintaining some mystery about your inner world. It means letting her work to discover your depths rather than giving everything away immediately. Women test men constantly to see if they are emotionally solid. She will say something to see if you react. She will pull back to see if you chase. She will create drama to see if you stay calm. These are not conscious strategies. This is instinctive behavior designed to screen for masculine strength. When you fail these tests by becoming emotional, reactive, or needy, you communicate weakness. When you pass these tests by remaining calm and unbothered, you communicate strength. The third trick is the power of walking away. This is the most difficult principle for most men to internalize because it requires genuine detachment, not fake detachment as a manipulation tactic. Real willingness to lose her if the relationship is not serving you. Women can sense when you need them. They can feel when you are holding on out of fear or scarcity. This desperation repels them at a deep level. But when you genuinely do not need them, when you have built a life so fulfilling that they are an addition rather than the foundation, everything changes. Walking away is not a threat. It is a boundary. It is a statement that you have standards and will not tolerate behavior that violates those standards. Most men are terrified to walk away because they think it means losing her forever. But the opposite is true. Walking away often creates the space for her to recognize your value. Loss aversion is one of the most powerful psychological forces in human behavior. People fear losing something they have more than they desire gaining something new. When you walk away, you activate her loss aversion. Suddenly she sees what life looks like without you. Suddenly your absence creates a void. Suddenly she remembers all the things she took for granted. But here's the critical part. You cannot walk away as a manipulation tactic hoping she will chase you. You must walk away because you genuinely will not tolerate whatever behavior crossed your boundaries. If you walk away with the hidden agenda of getting her to chase, she will sense the manipulation and it will backfire. You must be willing to actually lose her. That willingness is what makes walking away powerful. There was someone who dated a woman for several months. Things were going well until she started canceling plans last minute. Once or twice he understood. Life happens. But it became a pattern. She would confirm plans, then cancel an hour before. He talked to her about it. She apologized, but nothing changed. Most men would have continued accepting this behavior, afraid of losing her. He did not. The next time she canceled last minute, he told her calmly that he did not accept that kind of treatment and would not be making plans with her anymore. She was shocked. She tried to explain. He was not angry or emotional. He simply stated his boundary and stuck to it. For a week, she tried to get his attention. He was polite but distant. He had genuinely moved on mentally. After that week, she reached out with a real apology and changed her behavior completely. She started valuing his time because he showed her that his time was valuable. The fourth trick is unpredictability and challenge. Routine kills attraction. When she can predict everything you will do, say, and feel, the excitement dies. Humans are wired to seek novelty. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with desire and motivation, spikes in response to unexpected rewards. When you are completely predictable in your affection, availability, and behavior, her dopamine response to you flatlines. But when you introduce strategic unpredictability, her brain starts paying attention again. Sometimes you are warm. Sometimes you are busy with your mission. Sometimes you initiate. Sometimes you pull back. This variability keeps her engagement high. Challenge works the same way. People value what they have to work for. When everything is easy, it feels cheap. When something requires effort, it feels valuable. This is why women often lose interest in men who make everything too easy. The man who agrees with everything she says. The man who is always available. The man who has no standards or boundaries. There is no challenge. No conquest. No sense of achievement. This does not mean playing games or being difficult for the sake of being difficult. It means having genuine standards and a genuine life that sometimes takes priority over her. It means not abandoning your plans just because she is suddenly available. It means maintaining your own opinions even when they differ from hers. It means being a man with substance that she has to work to fully understand and appreciate. The fifth trick is frame control and masculine leadership. Frame is your reality, your worldview, your standards and expectations. In every interaction, there is a battle of frames. Either you operate from your frame or you get pulled into hers. Most men lose attraction because they abandon their frame the moment a woman enters their life. She becomes the center of his universe. Her moods dictate his emotions. Her approval becomes his goal. Her schedule becomes his priority. He hands over his frame completely, and she loses respect for him. Because deep down, women want a man whose frame is so solid that she can relax into it. She wants to feel that you have direction and purpose that will not be shaken by her tests or moods. This is what masculine leadership means. Not controlling her, not making decisions for her, but being so grounded in your own reality that she feels safe following your lead. When storms come, she wants to see that you remain calm. When uncertainty arises, she wants to see that you have conviction. When she tests you, she wants to see that you do not break. Stoic philosophy teaches this principle at its core. External events, including her behavior, do not control your internal state. You remain centered regardless of what happens around you. This is not cold detachment. This is warm strength. This is being able to care about her while not being controlled by her. Most men fail frame control tests constantly. She says something critical. He gets defensive. She threatens to leave. He panics. She shows interest in another man. He becomes jealous and insecure. Every one of these reactions communicates that she has frame control over him, that his emotional state depends on her behavior. This makes her lose attraction because it reveals weakness. The sixth trick is social proof and preselection. Women pay attention to how other women respond to you. If other women find you attractive, you become more attractive to her. This is preselection, an evolutionary psychology principle, where women use the judgments of other women as a screening mechanism. This is why men who have female friends often do better in dating than men who are isolated. This is why men who are seen as desirable by their social circle attract more attention. This is why a wedding ring paradoxically makes some men more attractive to women. It signals that another woman chose you, which validates your value. You cannot fake social proof, but you can build it by being genuinely social, by having female friends who respect you, by being the kind of man who women naturally gravitate toward in social situations. When a woman sees that other women enjoy your company, feel safe around you, and value your presence, it communicates more about your worth than anything you could say about yourself. This also means not being afraid to mention other women in your life in natural ways, not to make her jealous, but to communicate that you have a full social life, that women are part of your world, that you are not starving for female attention. Scarcity mentality is unattractive. Abundance mentality is magnetic. The seventh and most important trick is self-investment over female validation. This is the foundation that makes all other principles work. When your primary focus is building yourself into a high-value man, attraction becomes a byproduct rather than a goal. Most men make women their mission. They organize their lives around getting and keeping female attention. They sacrifice their goals, their friendships, their purpose, all in pursuit of romantic validation. This is the biggest mistake, because the man who needs a woman for validation is the least attractive version of himself. The man who is obsessed with his purpose, who wakes up driven by goals larger than romantic success, who invests in his body, his mind, his skills, his finances, his social circle. This man naturally attracts women, not because he is trying to, but because purpose-driven masculinity is inherently attractive. When you walk into a room and a woman can sense that she is not your primary focus, that you have important things happening in your life, that your validation comes from internal achievement rather than external approval, you become different from 90% of men she encounters. Most men she meets are either trying too hard or have given up. You represent something rare, a man with genuine direction. This requires brutal honesty with yourself. Are you hitting the gym to attract women or to become stronger? Are you building your career to impress her or to create the life you want? Are you developing skills to seem interesting or because you genuinely find them valuable? Your motivation matters because women can sense inauthenticity. Epictetus taught that we should focus only on what is within our control. Her attraction is not fully within your control. Your self-development is. Your purpose is. Your character is. When you pour your energy into what you can control, you become the kind of man women naturally desire. When you pour your energy into controlling her attraction, you become needy and unattractive. All 7 of these principles connect to one central truth. Attraction is not built by addition. It is built by subtraction. Not by doing more for her, but by needing her less. Not by giving more attention, but by being more selective with your attention. Not by being more available, but by having a life so full that she has to earn your time. This is the Stoic path to attraction. Detachment does not mean not caring. It means caring deeply while not being attached to outcomes. It means giving your best while being okay if she chooses to walk away. It means being fully present while maintaining your independence. This paradox is what creates magnetic attraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every rejection you have experience was teaching you this lesson. That chasing does not work. That neediness repels. That surrendering your frame destroys attraction. The obstacle was showing you the path of masculine self-mastery. So here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, implement these 7 principles. Practice strategic silence. Guard your emotional investment. Be willing to walk away from situations that do not serve you. Introduce unpredictability into your interactions. Maintain your frame regardless of external circumstances. Build genuine social proof through authentic connections. And above all, make your mission and purpose your primary focus. Watch what happens. Watch how women who ignored you suddenly become curious. Watch how women who took you for granted suddenly recognize your value. Watch how your entire relationship dynamic shifts when you stop chasing and start becoming. This is not manipulation. This is alignment with reality. This is understanding that attraction operates on principles that do not care about fairness or what you think should work. These principles existed before you were born and will exist after you are gone. You can fight them and stay frustrated, or you can learn them and use them to create the relationships you actually want. If this resonated with you, if you recognized yourself in these patterns, I want you to do something. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. Because we are building something here. A community of men who refuse to accept comfortable lies. Men who are willing to face hard truths. Men who understand that real strength comes from self-mastery, not external validation. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 7 tricks hit you the hardest. Which one do you struggle with most? Which one are you going to implement first? I read every comment and your insights help other men on this same journey. Remember that this path is not easy. Changing deeply ingrained patterns never is. You will feel the pull to go back to old behaviors, to chase when you should be still, to seek validation when you should be building, to abandon your frame when you should be holding it. This is normal. Growth requires discomfort. But on the other side of that discomfort is the version of you that women naturally gravitate toward. You are not learning to manipulate. You are learning to stop manipulating yourself. You are learning to stop pretending that weakness is strength, that neediness is love, that abandoning yourself will somehow make her choose you. These lies kept you stuck. These truths will set you free. This is Stoic truth where silence becomes strength.